We have with us Larry Hauser from Fullerton. And Larry, you are, first of all, you're a business owner. Tell us about your business.
The name of the restaurant is called Bourbon Street Bar and Grill.
Okay.
It's in the historic downtown Fullerton.
Okay. How long have you been the founder, owner of that, Larry?
We are going on our 6th year now.
Good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you are also the father of a child with autism. Tell us about that.
Yep. My son Boyd, he's 5 years old. Found out that he had autism. He was actually born a week after the restaurant opened. So about 18 months later, we find out that he has autism, and things changed after that.
Oh, do they?
And ultimately, you became the founder of a nonprofit organization. Tell us about it's Fullerton Cares, correct?
Yes.
And what does Fullerton Cares do?
Well, at first, I didn't know if anybody did care, okay? So I named it Fullerton Cares, hoping that people would care. And I found out that a lot of people cared. So I started it soon after I found out that Boyd had autism.
How old was Boyd when he was diagnosed?
18 months.
18 months? You got an early diagnosis.
Yeah.
Excellent.
My mom was I worked in the school district, so she was always...
Nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
but you
pushing at us,
listened.
Yeah.
You listened, and that's important.
Right.
We listened, yes.
Yeah.
So you started this organization, and tell us what you do with Fullerton Cares. How does it get its funds, and how does it support autism in the Fullerton area?
With Fullerton Cares, I wanted to create a organization that not only raised money for kids with autism and programs, autism programs in our community, but I wanted to create something that had an inclusionary vision, meaning like, bringing other people, other families who are not exposed to autism, and creating these events where everybody comes to them and they're able to see families with autism and just be around them, and trying to educate families who are not exposed. And the result of that, I'm hoping, is obviously education, acceptance, and ultimately anti-bullying.
Excellent.
Well, you're a visionary and a wonderful person to have in a community. I love this idea. And you've been able to raise quite a bit of money, an impressive amount of money that you've been able to raise with different events, and we'll talk about some of those fundraisers. But we asked you to come in because you did something pretty remarkable having to do with prom. Tell us what you decided to do.
Well, I have to give more of that credit to the special education teachers at Sonora High School in La Habra.
Okay.
And then one particular, her name is Angie Chancellors. The other two teachers are Caroline Llewellyn and Sophie Long.
Okay.
But Angie called me up and she said, "Hey, I want to have a typical prom for her son Chris." And I was thinking about him. I'm like, "Let's do this, Angie." And so we talked a little bit about it. And I said, "This is what we're going to do. We're going to stage a hostess and 2 servers, and we're going to give them the close to typical type of dining experience that we possibly can."
Okay.
So.
Does this make me tear up
I
already?
know, because someday we're going to be in that same boat saying,
Yes,
we want our sons to go to prom and have that experience. But you made it happen for a total of 10 kids, correct?
Yes, that's
and
correct.
3 of them are Down syndrome,
Downs, yeah.
and 7 on the autism spectrum.
Yes.
Oh, there we have some pictures.
how
Isn't
gorgeous is
that?
that? What a lovely restaurant in the background. But look at those shining
how
faces.
great they look.
Yeah.
So,
happy.
the boys got all dressed up in their tuxes, and the girls got in their beautiful prom dresses, and they felt so special, I'm sure.
So, Larry, talk us through. So, what was their evening like? Because it wasn't just
wasn't
There you
dinner
are putting the
thing.
corsages on.
There we
You gave
go.
them corsages.
There you are.
So, since Fullerton Cares and Bourbon Street are practically two and the same, because I had founded both of them, Fullerton Cares, we're invited to go pin the corsages on the prom goers and what are those things called?
The wrist massages. The wrist massages, yeah.
Okay, and so we went, and that really it hit us. Like right when we got in there, we were so not only happy, but reality had set in because my son's only 5, but we were just really. Just happy for the families, you know.
I bet it was an emotional night for you.
They always are, you know.
It's emotional for me just hearing about it and looking at it.
But they had dinner, and there were photos.
Well, it wasn't we tried to make it typical, but it wasn't typical because so many people wanted to see this that our restaurant was packed. Okay, and when they arrived, it was like, actresses and actors arriving on the red carpet. There's so many reporters that just slapping pictures at them.
So they felt like stars. They felt like celebrities.
They were.
That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing.
I had a similar type experience. We do a film camp down in San Diego for autistic children of the military. And the film that they make with Joey Travolta, John's older brother, who's a special ed teacher and a filmmaker, they debut at the San Diego Film Festival. And last year, I'm going to be doing it again this year. Last year, when we did that red carpet, and those kids on that red carpet, with all the press and being interviewed and I kept saying to them, you're a celebrity. And they were like, yeah, I am. And it's just, for them to feel that special is so precious, and so all kids need to feel significant.
Absolutely.
All people need to feel significant, right?
Right. They really do.
And clearly you made them feel special.
And now they had makeup, photography, dinner, and then did they then go to the prom?
Well, let me tell you, dinner went. So we had the 2 ABA therapists that were staged as servers to help prolong the night, just to assist in it.
Now your beautiful girlfriend happens to be an ABA therapist.
Yes, she was heavily involved in.
Tell us her name.
Her name is Summer.
Summer, and she lovely lady, and I met her outside there, and she was heavily involved as well.
We wanted to make sure that this went perfectly.
Okay, great.
She was definitely heavily involved with everything.
I love how you thought of everything and had the servers be ABA trained, so that if something should go awry or amiss, it wasn't going to be a big shock. It wasn't going to be a waitress who didn't know how to handle it.
Right.
So there was a comfort zone built in. So they had this beautiful dinner.
So we made a special menu for them, so it wasn't so large. Okay, so we condensed it. So we wanted them to actually choose their drink, choose their entree, choose their salad. Step by step, as any normal family would have to experience a prom night like this.
Right.
So we did that, and like I said, the restaurant was packed because everybody wanted to see this, and so the food took a little bit longer to come out.
Right.
I anticipated this, so I brought in a magic person who did magic at the table for them for a little bit.
Nice.
And they loved it.
Okay.
And they were awesome. They waited about an hour for their food, and they were awesome. Give them a lot of credit. They just did so much. We're all just so proud of them, and it's the families that were there. They're just so happy, just gleaming with happiness and
pride.
Well, you set them up for success. And then they went on after the dinner to go to the prom at the California Science Center.
Yes.
And so I'm curious about, so this happened, 2 weeks ago?
This was about 2-3, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so
April
afterwards,
27th,
what
right?
have you heard back from the families and from the kids about the whole experience?
Well, Angie had asked her son Chris what his favorite part of prom was.
Right.
And he said dinner.
Yeah.
So,
of course.
Not prom, but
Chris, who's 17, Christopher Brady. And
so that's just awesome.
Okay.
do you have any special memories from the night? Like just any images or comments from the kids that just kind of have stuck with you? I'm sure you have many, but that might be putting you on the spot. I don't know.
There's so many. I think the biggest image I have is just watching the parents, and their faces and tears of joy. And
absolutely.
And even my mother was there because she was there with Boyd, and Boyd was sitting in the booth with her, and one of the reporters came up and asked her why she was crying, and she just said, it's just so beautiful. Boyd's going to be that age, one of these days, and we want to make sure that prom is for everybody.
Exactly. Well, it's a lovely, lovely message. We're all getting choked up here.
I know, we are.
But, and it's not the only thing that Fullerton Cares does. This is just one of the things, but you have fundraisers. You talked with us during the break about your Mardi Gras that you do.
Golf tournaments, comedy nights, but Mardi Gras. Tell us about that.
Yeah.
Well, Mardi Gras started as a jazz fest that we wanted to do every year for Fat Tuesday because we're a New Orleans style restaurant.
Right.
So we take up the whole parking lot of the Fullerton train station area. That's where we're at. And fast forward 2 years down the line, and our regular Mardi Gras event turned into a Mardi Gras for Autism event. It was clear after that, with the support of my business partners, that this was the direction that we were going to go in. So now we have it we attracted over 2,000 people last year, and it really is an inclusionary event. We set it up to be extremely fun and an event that would attract typical families, and what we want to do is we want these families to interact, families who are affected with autism and typical families, so they can see and be around and feel what autism is, hopefully educate their children about it, and just not make autism so taboo, and of course the ultimate goal is to achieve the anti-bullying.
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, you're a remarkable guy, a remarkable dad, a remarkable business owner. Where can people go to find out more about Fullerton Cares?
You can go to www.fullertoncares.com.
Okay.
And you can also go to www.bourbonstreetfullerton.com.
Okay. Now let's talk, because you're a business owner and you've done such wonderful things. I want to know, what's the signature dish at the restaurant that if we come to Fullerton, we just have to have at your restaurant?
Oh, there's so many good ones. Well, you got to have the pork chop. That would be pork chop and ribs, but we also have a dish that we donate to the school districts. We donate 25% of that dish. Whoever orders it. It's our country fried steak and blue cornmeal waffles.
Aren't you a
Belgian waffles.
vegetarian? You might have to stick with the corn waffles.
No, so blue, did you say blue corn waffles?
Blue cornmeal Belgian waffles.
Wow,
Ooh, that sounds good. I don't take it. There's not a low-calorie menu, but hey.
We have some.
Really?
But,
Okay.
It's hard to get New Orleans style food.
Yeah, it really is. That's
in
true.
a low-calorie
I think if you decide to go and eat New Orleans style food at the Bourbon Street Bar and Grill, you just say, okay, I'm not dieting. I'll diet tomorrow,
That's
right?
You got to carpe diem every once in a while,
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, and if people, you mentioned the website for the restaurant, but give it one more time if they want to know more about the restaurant.
www.bourbonstreetfullerton.com.
Okay, and they can come to Fullerton, California, and when they come to the restaurant, they can see you there.
Yep.
You're there on a regular basis.
And when is Mardi Gras?
I'm always there. It changes every year.
I know.
I believe this year it's in February.
Okay.
At the end of February.
Right.
But we'll definitely let you know.
All right. Well,
Okay.
we might be heading on down to Fullerton for Mardi Gras.
All right. That could be a very fun thing
Could
to
be
do.
fun.
Be on
yeah.
location.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I want to thank you for everything you do for our children, their families, and the community. And as Shannon said, you're just a remarkable person, remarkable dad, and we're glad we have people like you out there.
Yes.
No, it's my pleasure, and I believe that there's no other choice.